What's up, Builders Club TV Nation? DeJuan Jones here, your professional stay-at-home dad and family. I'm super excited about the guest we have tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, an entrepreneur, a home business mentor. This fabulous woman is doing some amazing things out here in these internet streets, family. You know how we do it. We got Whitney Cagle Johns on the show again, an entrepreneur, home business mentor. Let me make sure that we can get her on screen. Let me get myself on camera really quickly, family. Want to thank you again for tuning in to the show. Thank you for sharing the information about the show, letting your team, letting folks know that the Builders Club TV Nation is finally here. Again, this is for the culture. This is so that we can provide extreme value as we talk to the home business industry's elite. And we have a pretty elite individual here tonight. I want to make sure she can hear us okay. Whitney, can you hear us okay? Awesome. Let me get you on camera so the family can see you live and direct. What's going on?
Not much. Just, getting home from the day of just running around, running my kids around, and
Awesome.
ready for bed and all that good stuff.
Life of a busy entrepreneur. We're so excited to have you on the show tonight. When we found out you'd be on the show, we got very excited. Thanks again for coming on to the Builders Club TV.
Absolutely. I'm excited.
Awesome. So Whitney, what we like to do, and the family knows, we like to talk to, phenomenal individuals doing phenomenal things. We've learned so far, been blessed to talk to a lot of successful leaders inside of this industry. And we've learned that there's so much to uncover. There's so many jewels to gather and so much knowledge to reveal when we talk about the success and how successful people became successful just by looking into their past, looking into their history, looking into their path of success. So if we want to jump into what we call the Builders Club TV time machine, and we want to go back into your past and see what we can reveal so we can find out a little bit about your success. Can we do that?
Absolutely.
Awesome. So if you will, Whitney, take us back a little bit, take the family back take us on a ride a little bit, and tell us, where were you at the beginning, where before home business, what were you doing?
Well, my husband, Jason, was a high school football coach, high school and college, and I was a teacher. I went to school at Texas Tech and Angelo State University. My second year in teaching, I went back to get my master's in school counseling, and I thought that was what I was going to do for the rest of my life. I loved my job. It worked really well with his job and his schedule. And we moved to Midlothian. He was coaching at Abilene Christian University. College was very, very hard on our family. He was gone a lot. And so we decided, actually got out of coaching for a few months and then decided he just couldn't live without it. So got back in it. We moved to Midlothian. And I got a full-time job at a little small town outside of Midlothian.
Okay.
And wanted to be in the school district that my kids were in, so I took a part-time job just to get in that school district. And the first year, it worked out really well because I was able to get another part-time job to go with that. Mm-hmm. But the second year, that other part-time job went away, and so I was really left looking and thinking, what am I going to do? And someone advised me to open an online boutique, and I did. Because literally it was out of desperation.
Right.
Like, how are we going to pay our bills? And so I look back, and that was a pivotal moment in my life. And opening that boutique taught me a lot about entrepreneurship. It taught me about working for yourself. It taught me about the hustle and the grind that mm-hmm. takes. But it also taught me just how amazing it was to be able to set your own hours, work when you want to work. Mm-hmm. Now, I was working way more than I was as a school counselor, mm-hmm. But it really opened my eyes to just a whole nother opportunity.
Right. Can you tell us a little bit about, obviously that was a new direction for you, right? So, probably you're learning a lot of new things. What's up to the dog? What's your dog's name in the back?
Scout.
That's a big fella. His name is Scout?
Yes, and she's our rescue dog. We rescued her about 2 years ago, so she's a mess.
Oh wow, that's a big lady there. So yes. Yeah, so tell us a little about the beginning, the grind, right? Were there any dark times? What was it like for you at the beginning?
The time before I started was a very dark time. We were actually looking into moving, and I was trying to find a counseling job along with my husband getting a new coaching job, because we literally didn't know how we were going to pay our bills if I didn't have a full-time job. And so I was in a really dark place, a lot of anxiety and worry. But as soon as I started my boutique, it really just kind of took off. And I think that was because of years of relationships being built in our coaching journey. We had lived in a couple of other cities. And so it really took off very quickly. But obviously, as an entrepreneur, as a sole proprietor of that business, I was on my own. So it was me figuring out everything on my own. I didn't have anybody coaching me or mentoring me or helping me. So it was a lot of learning and just, learning new skills that I'd never learned before. So a lot of it was self-taught.
Really, really. And how did you discover this area, right? How did you discover this business model? It was online. You said you found out about?
Yes.
Really?
So it was all online. My boutique was all online, and I just posted sales every night. I modeled my own clothes. I took pictures. So I literally was doing everything. It was very, very small startup cost because I didn't have a lot of money to start off. I had a couple $100s, and I went and bought some clothes, came and sold those, and used that money. So for the first few sales, I just took that money and turned it around, and bought more things to sell in my boutique, and did that for about 3 years. 2 years we moved to Prosper, Texas. My husband took another coaching job, and I had a friend that introduced me to Synergence lip scents. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to sell this in my boutique. I didn't have any interest in building a business with it, but I wanted to sell it in my boutique. So I started selling it. And of course I started having women ask, hey, can I get this? Can I join your team? And I built a team of about 300 women.
Wow.
To 5,000 to 10,000 a month.
Wow.
And then that led to our journey now. And so really that's how I learned the industry and how powerful it could be and how it could really just add another stream of income to your life.
Wow. Something that sticks right out, just hearing a little bit about your journey, it sounds like you just found things you got excited about, and it doesn't really sound like you were doing it for the money. It sounds like you were just having fun.
For sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I look back and I think a lot of it was just what was meant to be. I really do, because I know for a fact I would not be here today if I had not had that experience of not being able to find a full-time job. So that experience led to just a whole nother world and just a bigger picture of what life can be. And I don't know if you want me to go into our job now and kind of what that's turned into yet. But
yeah, please do. Please do. We got our popcorn ready.
Okay, so built that income up to a really good residual income, and was able to pay off some things. And when this opportunity that we started with now, it's called Pure, People United Reaching Everyone. It's a health and wellness company, fell into our laps. It was our friend Kobe Richards, and he introduced us to the product. And I wasn't interested in the business. I said, Kobe, I'm not messing this up. I'm making great money. I cannot do anything else, but I will order product from you.
Okay.
Well, we had just gotten back from Mexico where I ate and drank whatever I wanted. So I came back and I was bloated, and I was just, like, okay, I need to detox. And I remember searching on the way home how to detox. And I remember ordering wheatgrass and spirulina and blue-green algae and dandelion root, things that I had read on the internet that were supposed to be amazing to help your body cleanse out and detox.
Right.
So Cole brought some products over. I looked at the cleanse, and every single product I just ordered was on the back of that. And I started looking at all the products and realizing how potent and pure they were, and said, you know what, I'm going to get started on these. And I had chronic migraines. At 3 to 4 weeks, I was on multiple prescription medications for those, just trying to subside. I'm a busy mom. I don't have time to lay in bed if I don't feel good. And so just trying to find something that worked. I'd been to chiropractors. I had tried everything. I even had a mouthpiece made for TMJ because I grinded my teeth, and I thought that might have been a cause. And I had chronic fatigue from an underactive thyroid. And within a few weeks, I started to see that disappear. And I said, okay, wait up. I'm going to be sharing this with people. Let's get Jason. Let's get my husband doing this, and I'll continue to do Synergence. Well, when I started sharing it, it exploded, and we looked up, and 10 weeks later, we had made $250,000. So I very quickly put Synergence aside, and we went on to make it over $1 million our first year. And so it has drastically changed our lives. This whole industry, I love it now, and I just have realized that to build true wealth, it's one of the only ways normal everyday people have to build wealth if you don't have $65,000 to start up a business. Right. So speaking of everyday, normal people, what are some of the everyday people that, obviously had to have seen you go through what you were going through, and they kind of had a sideline vantage point, when it comes to your success? What were people saying around you during the journey as you were building it? Were there anybody close to you that didn't believe? Oh, absolutely. We had a lot of people that, of course, we reached out to in the beginning because we did take massive action. And that's my first golden nugget is massive action. It's not calling 1 or 2 people a day. It's calling 20 people a day and inviting them just to take a look at this. Yeah. And I didn't worry about the no's. I was next, you know. And so, but when we did start making really, really great money, we hit Black Diamond in the company within 10 weeks.
Wow.
$75,000 bonus for that.
That's insane.
I know. It's crazy.
That's not normal.
No, people started coming out of the woodworks. Then they were like, "Okay, never mind. I think I want to do this." And so it's funny how people will sit back and
hold on one second, family. We can't just go by that. Black Diamond in 10 weeks.
I think actually it was. Yeah, I think it was right at 10 weeks.
That's nuts. Go ahead. It's crazy.
I even look back on it and go, "Oh my gosh!" Like I didn't even realize what I was doing. Like I did not at that point. It was just ignorance on fire, and I didn't even know what I was doing. I didn't even know that was just this huge rank. I mean, there are very few people in our company that are even at that rank, and so I really think I didn't even realize what I had my hands on and what I was doing. And you know, now back and I kind of took it for granted a little bit. I think I didn't enjoy myself enough in that excitement and that momentum that we had.
Was this the first? Was this the first official network marketing company you had ever been a part of, or did you dibble and dabble in other things before?
No, so I did Synergence, which is LipSense, which is the network marketing company.
Got you.
For 2 years before that, but really just to sell at my boutique. Really didn't. I'm building a team, and ended up building a small team of about 300 people. So it was mind blowing.
Wow. So, but of course, you took massive action in the venture you're involved in right now, and you would say that was the difference, the excitement plus the action you took, right?
Yes.
Can you tell us about, you know, what's the greatest thing about your success right now?
Honestly, the freedom and the income. My husband took off about after that football season. He retired.
Wow.
And I say retired. And we started. He just went back to coaching this summer, and it's busy. I mean, he works 7 days a week. He works 100 hours a week probably. He leaves the house at 6 a.m., gets home at 8 p.m. And so it's me, again, like running the kids everywhere and doing everything. And I just think if I had a full-time job doing this, how exhausting that would be. And so, I mean, I'm so thankful every day that I can get up and I can go take my girls lunch if I want to. I can pick them up at 3 o'clock. I can take them to their activities. You know, I literally have freedom, and because we built so strong and built leaders upon leaders, we have a strong residual income. So even if I don't have my business for a week, it still continues to pay me, and that is so powerful.
So Whitney, tell us, what do your children think about the success that you've been able to have in your business? Because obviously this has changed your lifestyle a bit.
Absolutely. We built a house. We were able to do some things, go on some trips we've never been able to go to. Went to Hawaii. We've also earned 4 trips with the company: a trip to Bora Bora, and a trip to Hawaii, and a trip to the Amalfi Coast.
Like the best places on the planet.
On some incredible trips that we never would have been able to afford otherwise.
Wow.
But it was hard for my kids, I think, because we were spending a lot of time. Kennedy wants to say something. Can she say something to y'all?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
There you go.
Wait a minute. What did she say? What'd she say?
It's awesome. It's awesome.
I bet.
She said that, but it was hard, I think, for our kids. Their identity was definitely caught up in Jason and being a coach's kid. And so when Jason stopped coaching, it was hard for them. And he went back because he loves it, and he would do it if he was paid nothing. I mean, definitely not doing it for the paycheck anymore. But you know, they wanted him to go back so badly. So it was a little bit challenging because we were both working from home together, and we work very different. I'm very outgoing. I like to be around people. He's very scheduled, and he, you know, really good at all the back end stuff. Like he calls everybody on our team that hits a rank. He calls everybody that signs up with somebody and congratulates them. I mean, he was spending a lot of time doing those really culture building, team building activities, and I was the one out there recruiting and signing people up and getting them started. So it was hard for our kids a little bit, but I always remind them, like, look, you would be riding the bus home, or you would be riding the bus over to dad's school, and I would be working, till 5 o'clock. I mean, there are so many things we're able to do because I'm able to be at home now.
Wow, that's amazing. And you know what? I do want to ask you this because there's obviously going to be quite a few people watching this interview, and a lot of them are parents, right? And you're probably the most qualified person for this question. Any advice, Whitney, you have for parents who are building the dream? You have power couples, you have future power couples, they're working together as a team, but they have children, right? I have children. I have 2 small boys, right? You have children. You got Kennedy there, who has a lot of energy, obviously, right? What advice do you have for parents? You know how it is, right? What advice do you have for parents to, build their business and raise the family?
It's challenging for sure. And in the beginning, I was not good at, setting hours because I was working 24/7 because I sponsored 150 people.
Wow.
In the first 8 weeks, trying to launch them. We do 2-way calls in our business. And so they're calling me, and everybody's calling me because I didn't have any leaders. The first month I didn't have leaders. So they were calling me, and I was on the phone all the time. I look back now and go, oh my gosh, it was so worth it. But I wish I would have been able to time block a little more and said, hey, I'm available from 8 to 3, and then I'm available from 8:30 to 10:30 or 8:30 to 11 at night. I wasn't very good at separating it, and a lot of times I was running my kids here and there, and I was on the phone at the same time. And I do look back, and I will tell you, it's totally worth it to build something that's going to pay you for a long time and allow you to have time freedom. But it's challenging, and it's definitely challenging working with your spouse when you're not used to being working together. And so I think stay in your own lane. You do what you can do best, and your spouse does what they can do best. And that's what we've tried to do, is each find our skill set. Right. And, we don't get in each other's lane. I don't try to tell him how to do things. He just try to tell me how to do things.
Right. That's good. When it comes to, I think that's important, how you said blocking out time and pretty much letting your team know, hey, I'm available, guys, from this time to that time. Is that what you're doing now? Is that working for you, or is it necessary to make the sacrifice of just banging out calls, and sometimes the kids just got to understand? Or what's the best lane to drive in?
Well, luckily now I do have a ton of leaders, so I don't have to be on calls all day. I mean, today I've had maybe 3 phone calls, whereas in the beginning I may have had 20 to 50 or more. And there were days I was completely overwhelmed. I was also still running my boutique in the beginning, and I did hire that out. I wanted to keep that other stream of income, so I did hire somebody to run that for me. Wow. But I still take calls pretty much all the time. Anytime somebody needs me, because they're not as often. I mean, I maybe get 1 or 2 to 3 a day. Now, if I have somebody running, I typically will run with them, and I'll try to help them go hit that rank or whatever they want to do. I find out their goals. And my kids do understand a little more, and they're older. And so they understand, if they were little, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think it would be more challenging. But my kids are 14 and 11. So they're used to it. They can do their own thing.
They understand the game now, right?
Yes.
I do. Let's shift gears a little bit. This has been amazing. I know that there's a lot of value that parents in network marketing are taking from this. But one thing that jumped out, what you said a few minutes ago, is that network marketing help you build a home, right? That's amazing. Yes. Can you talk to us about, and you touched on this a little bit already, but can you talk about it a little bit more in terms of the lifestyle changes that have been afforded to you and your family due to the hard work in this industry?
Yeah, drastic life changes for sure. I mean, we were able to build our dream home. And that's our biggest thing. I was able to buy my husband, he drove a truck that he had for 10 years, didn't have air conditioning anymore. It was broke, and they never could figure out what was wrong with it. So I paid cash for him a brand new truck for Christmas. After we got one of our bonuses, we hit Blue Diamond, which was a $25,000 bonus, and then Black Diamond, which was a $50,000, and then Chairman, which was a $75,000 bonus, and then we hit Ambassador, which was a $150,000 bonus for 1 week of work. So those bonuses let us buy. I mean, I bought him a truck. We made a huge down payment on our house. course, paid a ton in taxes.
Wow.
So it did help a lot with those things that we would never have built the house that we are in now. I don't feel like we've changed our lifestyle a lot. We still are pretty basic people, and we want to keep it that way because we want to build wealth. And have other streams of income. And so, investing in other companies and investing in, just different things, making good choices. So we've tried not to change our lifestyle too much, but it did allow us to do some things that we would not have been able to do otherwise.
Wow, that's amazing. And, I know people listening to your story will probably have this question. In terms of when you were first getting started, Whitney, building the business, you and your husband, right, building the business, what do you think was the major factor for your success? Did you have previous relationships where people were business minded, believed in you? Did you already have a lot of credibility and influence with people, or did you just start from zero?
So I think the fact that we did coach, we lived in Wichita Falls, we lived in San Angelo, Wichita Falls, Abilene, Midlothian, Prosper. We did have relationships everywhere, and it's funny when you look at our teams, we have pockets in every city that we've lived in. And so I do think people did watch me build a boutique from scratch and not have any business experience, and then they watched my success in Synergence, and then they were like, okay, if she's doing something, I'm jumping in on it. So I do think there was a lot of influence and credibility there. For sure. I think that definitely had a lot to do with it. I think they kind of felt like, well, if she's doing this, we need to jump in on it. So I do think that was a big part of it.
Awesome. Any last words of advice you have for people watching this interview, already involved in a home business, building the dream, maybe thinking about getting involved in a home business? Any word of advice for them?
I think the biggest problem I see in this business is fear and a scarcity mindset. And I think so many people are scared of what other people think, and they are scared of rejection, and they're scared of no's, and it keeps them from going and reaching their potential. Maybe they're scared to reach out to someone that could be amazing and they might say yes to them. But they don't do it just because of fear. So I think if you continue to, I always tell people to ask themselves, if I continue doing what I'm doing today, where would I be in a year? The answer for us was we were going to be living paycheck to paycheck. And so I knew it was kind of like I knew that we had to change something. So, I think the biggest thing is you've got to figure out a way to conquer your fear and get out of your own head and just take action, take massive action, not just a little action, but massive action.
Wow, that's good stuff. You heard it from a phenomenal individual who hit Black Diamond in her company. Was it Black Diamond?
Ambassador Black Diamond, yes.
Ambassador Black Diamond in how many weeks? 10 weeks?
So we had Chairman Black Diamond Presidential Black Diamond in 9 weeks, Chairman Black Diamond in 10 weeks, and Ambassador Black Diamond in 6 months. Wow. Whitney, do you want to go ahead and give out your social media website or anything like that? Sure. Yeah. It's just Whitney Cagle Johns. That's who I am on social media. And I do have a page that's just Whitney Johns, Johns. And on Instagram, it's Whitney_Johns. And I have another one I just kind of started. It's Whitney G Johns _. So yeah, you can find me on any of those social media networks. I'd love to chat with you and connect with you.
Amazing. Now, I have to admit, as we were talking the whole time, I'm looking in the background a little bit, and I'm loving the marble countertops with the white accent. It really is. And then you got the gold, what is that? The gold handles on the drawers there. Yes. That's my style. That's definitely my style.
I know. You know what's so funny? Our marble got discontinued, and so we had to go back in and choose a new marble, and so this is the one I chose, and I liked it so much better than my original choice. So we absolutely love everything in our house. We got to pick out, and we have just been I really do pinch myself every morning that I wake up and go, I can't believe that we get to, I mean, it's not anything fancy. I mean, it's a 4,000 square foot house. It's a 1-story. It's not anything crazy elaborate, but for me, it's a dream home for sure.
4,000 square feet is not small bananas at all. Okay. But we are definitely impressed by you. So happy to have you on, that you share your story with us. We definitely are honored to have you on the show. Whitney, in fact, we really would like to have you back because we do have a new series we're debuting soon. Working on it right now, family. In fact, we're in the thick of shooting the first season, and it's called The Builders Club TV Presents A Day in the Life. And Whitney, this is basically like the lifestyles of the rich and famous for the network marketing industry. Now it's lifestyle meets personal development. Lifestyle meets personal development. It's about inspiration, motivation, and belief. And you show us whatever you want to show us, okay? You show us the books that you're reading that help you develop the mindset you have for success. You might be at dinner with the family. Talk to us about, a few minutes. Share some more wisdom with us. You might be on a trip, you might be shopping, but it's again about inspiration, motivation, and belief. And of course, the family would love to talk to you some more and hear more about your success and even more of the tips that you've been giving out tonight.
For sure. Yes. I'm a huge reader. I'm constantly reading and learning. So that's another tip is just, you have to all constantly just be growing yourself. I think that's super important. So yeah, I'd love that.
Amazing. There you have it, Builders Club TV family. An honor again. Thank you for coming on to the show, Whitney Cagle Johns family. Till next time. Peace.
Thank you.